When banking rules lock out the people we love, every financial portfolio we build has a heartbeat behind it. We look at the numbers on a screen, but those numbers represent decades of sweat, sacrifice, and quiet love. Imagine an 86-year-old grandmother. Today she lives in Nagpur with her eldest daughter. She cannot walk. Severe spinal issues have left her completely immobile. Her hands tremble so heavily that she can no longer hold a pen, let alone sign her name. But for 40 years, her home was Ahmedabad. That is where her late husband worked every single day to build their life. Before he passed away, he protected his wife's future the only way he knew, by carefully saving every rupee he could into fixed deposits at the State Bank of India in Ahmedabad. For years that love sustained her. The monthly interest from those FDs funded her critical medical treatments, which cost nearly 70,000 rupees every single month. Her children managed the account online with her complete consent, ensuring her doctors were paid and her medicines never ran out. And then, 6 months ago, the screen went blank. Her netbanking facility was blocked. Suddenly, an 86-year-old bedridden mother was completely locked out of her own husband's life savings. What followed was a frustrating journey through procedures, limitations, and conflicting interpretations of the rules. I stepped in. I traveled to the home branch in Ahmedabad. I stood at the counter and pleaded our case. The officer shook his head and said, "Rules are rules, sir. The account holder must physically visit the home branch to complete the KYC and unblock the facility." I looked at him stunned. She is 86. She cannot sit in a car, let alone travel across states. Please help us. He told me to approach the local branch in Nagpur for a home visit. So we went to the Nagpur branch. They flatly refused. This account belongs to Ahmedabad. All rights are with them. If you want us to do a home visit, transfer the account to Nagpur first. I went back to Ahmedabad to request the transfer. They said, "We cannot transfer an account until the KYC is done first. Take this form and get her signature." We were completely trapped in a circle of helplessness. Her hands were trembling. She could not sign the form. We requested biometric verification through her Aadhaar card. The bank officer replied, "Yes, the biometric system works, but the machine is physically tethered to her branch systems. She still has to come here." Nagpur blamed Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad said they could not issue directions to a branch at the same level. Meanwhile, the clock was ticking. The medical bills were mounting, and a senior citizen's dignity was being ground down by standard operating procedures. Exhausted and deeply distressed, I walked away from the counter and sat quietly on a sofa in the corner of the branch. When human systems seemed to fail us, I turned inward. I closed my eyes, prayed for guidance, and sought divine intervention, a practice of faith and reflection that I often share on my channel, Divine Novel. When I opened my eyes, the distress was gone. It had been replaced by resolve. I walked back to the manager's cabin, looked him in the eye, and spoke with quiet courage. "Boss, you have to help me today. Think of something. Invoke a rule you normally don't use. Are you telling me that a senior citizen must be completely locked out of her livelihood just because she is old and incapacitated? Protecting a bank against fraud is an absolute necessity, but operating under the assumption that every genuine, desperate customer is a fraudster is wrong." The manager listened carefully, paused for a moment, and then said, "Suresh ji, there is one way. The bank has recently created a dedicated link where anyone can update their KYC completely from home. Right there inside the branch, I called my family in Nagpur. Using a mobile phone, the registered mobile number, PAN, Aadhaar, and 2 OTPs, the entire KYC process was completed from home in just a few minutes. Within minutes, the system instantly flashed KYC complete. If you hold an SBI account and wish to know more about this facility, I have placed the official link provided by the bank in the description of this video. The Ahmedabad branch immediately accepted an email request to transfer the account. The Nagpur branch processed the password reset. Her Netbanking came back to life, and our mother's medical treatment proceeded completely uninterrupted. My friends, digital banking is a tremendous blessing, but procedural bottlenecks can sometimes prevent elderly citizens from accessing their own savings when they need them the most. Financial planning is not only about creating wealth, it is also about ensuring access to that wealth during difficult times. Wealthwise pin-up rule. Building wealth takes years. Losing access to it can happen overnight. A financial plan is not judged by how much wealth it creates, but by whether that wealth remains accessible when life needs it most. Money in the bank creates security. Access to that money preserves dignity. If you have elderly parents, relatives, or friends who bank with SBI, please share this video with them. The official SBI KYC link and the complete walkthrough are available in the description below. You will also find links to my other channels, Divine Novel, where I share spiritual stories and reflections, and Travel for Wellness, where I share content on health, travel, and well-being. I am MV Suresh, founder of MV Suresh Wealthwise. For regular updates on mutual funds, retirement planning, and smart investing, connect with me on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, and Instagram. Wishing you good health, financial well-being, and peace of mind. I will be back tomorrow with another Wealthwise daily tip.